I'm Eamon Murphy, local reporter, here at Tillysburn Park, where the final whistle has just blown and the Welders have secured an 18th straight victory. This means the Aussie Villains men have set a new record for the Irish Premiership. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 12, Episode 2 here at H&W Welders on the Impossible Dreams. We look for European glory, Champions League glory with the Northern Irish team. And today we're going to try and get back into that group stage. We have the second leg against Slavia Prague. 4-3, of course, we got the narrow win last episode in the Czech Republic. We host them today. Hopefully we're going to have a group stage draw after that. And then it's Larne in the Premiership. And, well, it's already shaping up as our first them for this league title. But we did have one game in between episodes. That was against Carrick Rangers. We did manage to win. We'll catch you up on the game in just a second. But the win meant we have broken the league record. 18 games, won in a row. So congratulations to us. That is that record. We already have most games without losing as well. Is that an active record? It is an active record. So, I mean, it's all coming up Welders, isn't it? Which is excellent to see. And, yeah, we're just taking those records away from Linfield and Larne, and that's what you want to see. 64 league titles, though. We've still got, 62 to go to break that. So I don't think we're going to be around for that one, if I'm completely honest. But, yeah, there we go. Wonderful, wonderful scenes. Now, there is, as I said, the one game to catch you up on. Let's go and do that. It was against Carrick Rangers. We know we won, but what was the score? The only goal came in the first half when Marco Hodel smashed one in from outside the box. So there we go, it was a narrow win, maybe not the most convincing performance from us. We did have loads and loads of chances, we just didn't take them. We have done a chance conversion training session since then. We gave a debut to Enoch, the left back, so he was fine. I mean, potentially he could be quite good for us, old Enoch, so we want to give him a chance here. And yeah, it was a relatively strong side, but still second string, which I think tells you roughly how good we are just now. But Hodel, he got the goal, which was good to see. And yeah, there we go. A quick look at what that means for the league table. Early days, of course, but ourselves and Larne are still undefeated. The goal difference is not too big of a difference. But yeah, today we play Larne, and hopefully we'll end the episode top of the league and in the group stage as well, as we have this game coming up now. But there was one thing to do first, and there was a comment by Engeman, I think it was, wanting to compare the two goalkeepers. And I think it's worth doing because you can, well, when we saw Infinity, we could see he was potentially a 4-star goalkeeper, and I do really like him. Now, if we just compare him to Zanetti, just so you guys can see the difference, I do still think Zanetti he's still a little bit better currently, and he still has a little bit of room to improve as well. We can see physically, now we've got Zanetti in the blue and Finity in the green. So physically, it is Zanetti all the way. Where Finity comes into his own is communication, aerially. Eccentricity isn't necessarily a good thing, from my understanding anyway. Distribution and shot stopping, they're very even. So I think in a different way, I mean, just think, given that eccentricity isn't, I don't think it's a good thing, is that I think you want low eccentricity. I've never actually known that for sure. If you know eccentricity, I think you want it low, don't you, as opposed to high. But either way, I think he is still the better man. I think Finity's going to be a very good number 2 for us, a good backup. But I just think that if we're going to have a look at Zanetti, I just think he is the better goalkeeper all round. And as I say, still a little bit of room to improve there potentially as well. But that is the goalkeeper comparison. Let me know who you think should be the number 1. But I think my feeling anyway, and I can easily have my mind changed on this, as you've seen before. If you guys do make some good points sometimes, but I just think that Zanetti is the man we want going forward. Now let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here. Of course, we have the game against Slavia Prague, 4-3, 4 away goals. Let's look at it that way. And this is what we're doing. We're expecting the same sort of formation from them. And the team, you kind of did get a little bit of a sneak preview of it there, didn't you? But Zanetti in goal. Ellis, Kidd, Simpson and Hill. A reminder that we have lost to suspension Lewis after we got sent off in the first leg. And nearly cost us the first leg as well, if we're being honest. So Simpson comes in and Hill will play right back for us. It's up Richard and Munier. First time they've played together. Hopefully they'll click. It's going to be Brady. I don't think the McKay experiment works. So Brady as a right winger. Armstrong and Lake. Davidson goes up top. And, well, we just need to defend properly, don't we? We've scored goals. Let's hope we can keep a clean sheet. Okay, so we can see the team sheet here. It looks a fairly similar team, doesn't it, to what they had in the first leg. we just need to play properly. That's all we need to do. Defend properly, take chances, and we should all be good here. I'm going to point my finger and say we can't let complacency sneak into our game. We will pump our fists, say we have, let's maybe not pump, let's just no gesture, say we have faith in them. Oh, that doesn't work for Davison. The one good thing to come out of that Carrick Rangers game was the clean sheet. We had done work defensively, and it looks as though that had paid off for us there, because we were fairly solid. They didn't have, certainly highlights-wise, many chances. Looks like they've come out a little bit more defensively minded than we were perhaps anticipating, putting up the midfield block with the sort of 4 central midfielders. So hopefully our wide players will get the better of them. Don't love Joe Kidd being nervous game in, game out, if I'm honest. Encourage maybe wasn't the way to go, given that we're already ahead on aggregate, was it? But, yeah, I mean, if they score, we are still in front on away goals. Obviously, we can't lose by 2. And you'd hope we're not going to go and concede 4. There's a ball looking wide there for Brady. Can he pull his foot around it? He can. Back to the back post. Armstrong with the header. It's gone in. It's Davidson. Is it going to count? I think it is. Well, it's a wonderful start. We'll take it. But I'm not completely sure. There's no assist that's been given. Has Rob Holding had an Arsenal moment? It's the header there. I'm not sure. If Armstrong didn't get the assist, which I don't think he did, I'm not sure what's happened. Has Holding headed it onto Davidson, maybe? It's the only thing I can think of. Either way, the ball's in the back of the net. It's 1-0 on the night, 5-3 on aggregate. And it's happy days, but still not sure exactly what happened there. There's a ball towards the box. Brady has it, turns, goes to shoot. Hill is in acres of space. Can he get across in now? He can. Brady down. It's Armstrong. It's 2-0. And that should be that. 6-3 on aggregate now. They will need to get the 4 goals, and that's what will only just draw them level. But this is, I mean, look at the space. They've come here to try and stop us scoring, and, well, they failed, haven't they? At some point, you would imagine they are going to have to come out at us, and that could be the danger, I suppose, because as I say, we haven't looked brilliant defensively so far this season, though we did keep a clean sheet, as I say, against Carrick Rangers. But the big difference, I would imagine, between Carrick Rangers and the European, I wouldn't say powerhouse, but they're certainly a big, maybe not big, but, you know, they're a respected European side, should we say. Can we get to that with Munier? Not quite. But I really do think we're starting to take that step forward. It took a while, didn't it, for our Welders team to really get going. But I think we've taken that step forward. Now, there's another ball in. It's a good ball in, but Brady couldn't find the back of the net. But we saw it with Barlatown at last FM. We get to a point where we just take that step forward and we just look as though below sort of Champions League group stage level, it all looks a little bit too easy for us. Armstrong gets a second, a third of the season. And I think we finally hit that place with H&W Welders now. We are a very good team. We just need to try and make that step, which I don't think we ever truly did with Barley, did we? We got out of the group stage twice, I think, and then ran into Manchester City twice in the first knockout round. But we just need to try and take that step beyond being regular qualifiers now to be a powerful team. And Martin Brady, it's 4-0. And it was only half an hour played. I'll tell you what, we do score goals for fun. Now, what this does make me question, and so since this is fairly much a dead tie now, I think we're going to win this and win it comfortably. It does beg the question, what do we do in the group stage? Do we play this way, knowing that we can score goals, but it doesn't leave us too exposed at the back? Do we play like we did last year? Here we go with Lake. The other option, and it's just something that I did think about as I sort of debriefed last season's Champions League campaign. If we go with sort of the 4 up front, so the striker, the 2 wingers, and the number 10, but then I wonder if, it's another goal, Dylan Lake. It's a wonderful cross in from Roy Hill even. We're going to get double digits, aren't we, on the aggregate score? You wouldn't put double digits past us on the night the way it's going. So sort of go with those attacking 4, but then maybe in midfield, do we sit the 2 midfielders deeper as sort of a block, so sort of play them there, as opposed to there. We could get away with Munier and maybe could up Richard sit a little bit deeper as well. And just, so we're a little bit more, it would be a little bit more an attacking team and a defensive team, which maybe isn't ideal. What do we want to say? Don't get complacent, I suppose. Yeah, but I'm wondering if maybe that is a middle ground for us so we can still have that goal threat, but maybe not leave ourselves so exposed at the back. But let me know what you guys think of that. It's just sort of, as I say, brainstorming, trying to think about what we can do. Because we just look like we can score for fun. And there shouldn't be that big of a difference between us playing Slavia Prague and, let's be honest, ripping them to pieces. Is that nose offside? And then playing against, say a Premier League team or someone like that. One of the teams from, say, the big 4 or 5 leagues. We should be able to still score some goals. And we saw last season, playing as we did with no number 10 and a defensive midfielder, we really didn't. Did we score a goal in the group? We did score 1 goal, I think, in the group stage, didn't we? And yes, we're probably a better team this season, but I don't think we're not that much better, I wouldn't have thought. It's just finding the balance in the approach, and that's another goal. Davidson, is that a hat-trick? No, because he got disallowed one, didn't he? He's got 2. I can't keep up. It seems like every time there's a highlight, we're putting the ball in the back of the net. And after we saw, what did we see yesterday? 12 goals, wasn't it? We scored last episode. We've already got 6 here. And we're showing absolutely no signs of slowing down. 10-3 on aggregate now. And I've got to say, Davidson's impressing me. He's looking as though the sort of player that could lead the line for us. So that's positive. I might look to get Picasso on. If we could get Davidson his hat-trick, actually, I'd be very happy, because then I could bring Picasso on. Actually, I'm wondering if we might use this to experiment. Maybe we bring Picasso on anyway. Davidson gets it headed clear. And then just drop in a number 10. Drop in a DM. Because my plan was to try Picasso as a deep lying forward, wasn't it? So we might do that. Let me make these changes and then we'll come back. Okay, so what we've done is we've basically just taken Davidson off, brought Picasso on, use him as a deep lying forward. We've dropped Armstrong and Munier back a little bit. Up Richard will just continue in there as he was. And we'll just see how this works. And now it's not going to be obviously a perfect replica. Oh, Brady with a bullet header for 4 now this season. Yeah, it's not going to be a perfect replica because obviously Sparta Prague, they're demoralized, and well, they're also not going to play the way that one of the bigger teams is going to play against us. So maybe it's a flawed logic to be doing it here, but yeah, I think one of these 2 formations is going to be the way we need to play. I just wonder what is going to be the best way to do it. But I definitely think we look better with the sole striker in the wingers. Particularly if we can get Kean Scully back into this lineup as well, although it's difficult to say Brady's been anything other than spectacular. But you do wonder against better players, against a better team. Oh, and he's off as well. Zemburik, see you later, mate. It's their turn to go down to 10. And at 7-0 on the night, I don't think it matters too much, does it? We'll just keep praising them. And it's been a wonderful performance. A really, really wonderful performance. That is as good as I think we'll play in Europe this year. I don't want to write us off too early, but I can't imagine we're going to put 7 past too many in Europe. And, well, that was absolutely superb. So there we go. First leg triumph helps, but to be honest, 7-0, we didn't need the first leg triumph. 11-3 on aggregate. Brady, top of the pops. Look at that. 9 key passes, 2 goals, 1 assist. I mean, I didn't think we were signing a superstar when we got him, but he's certainly proving himself to be, to be just that, really, isn't he? There we go. We've got £14 million in the bank. Finances are looking very, very healthy indeed. Wait right there, guys. We'll be back for a group stage draw, and then we'll face Larne. Okay, welcome back. It is time for the Champions League group stage draw. We're seated 4th, which is disappointing. I was really, really hoping we might... Oh, look at that. We're not far away, are we? We're only, what's that? 3 points away from being in that third that third tier. Anyway, let's just draw out all the first. I should tell you who they are first, shouldn't I? Manchester United, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Celtic. Yes, please. We'll have you again. PSG, Juventus, Real Madrid, and Porto, who, given their coefficient rating, we would also enjoy. So let's get those teams out of the pots as soon as possible. There we go. So we want Group H or Group F, I would imagine. The second seeds, we have Barcelona, Hertha, Valencia, RB Leipzig, Liverpool, Inter, Monaco, and Tottenham. There's some very good teams. There's no real weak team there, is there? Maybe RB Leipzig, if they've sort of lost all their wonder kids, but they've gone in with Manchester United, which doesn't really help us. Liverpool, Bayern Munich, we'd like to avoid that one, please. Celtic, well, Barcelona. Did we have Barcelona last year? I think we did. We had. I can't even remember now. The third tier, we have Atletico Madrid, we have Benfica, Rangers, Hibs, Dortmund, Milan, Lyon, and Ajax. Who's Porto got? Porto, Inter. It's difficult. Yeah, I mean, well, there's no real easy group left, is there? Maybe Group D. If we're looking at a group we could maybe get out of. Let's look at it that way. I think we've got to look at a group that we can perhaps get out of and stay in Europe to build those coefficient points. And if I'm looking at that and just that, I think we'd fancy ourselves against Hibs, wouldn't we? Of all the teams that are there, I think Hibs. We saw last season we can give Celtic a game, and Lyon we might do okay against. And you'd have to say maybe a Scottish team, so maybe Rangers again, but it's difficult to know, isn't it? Anyway, the fourth seeded sides, we have Bologna, Zenit, Zagreb, we have Club Brugge, ourselves, Shakhtar, we have Basel, and we have Tripolis, a Greek side who looks like they've never been in Europe before. All right, so let's automatic. I don't know who I want. I probably want Group H, I'd say, for Hibs. Oh, we've got Group A. Manchester United, RB Leipzig, and Ajax. Well, could we beat Ajax? Have they gone under the radar? Could we beat Ajax? Could we maybe give RB Leipzig a game? Maybe that's not a bad group for us after all. So there it is. There's the group. Now I look at that sort of with sort of fresh eyes outside of the draw. Ajax could be very beatable for us, I think. So that is potentially very, very exciting. But anyway, guys, let's move on to more current challenges. We've got Larne in the league. All right, and here we go against Larne. We can see we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 from them. Quick update of the league table. Probably should have done that. Where are we here? League table, league table. There we go. We can see, as we saw at the start of the episode, we are both 3 from 3. And looking to keep that perfect record. This is a team we're going to send out. We do have to make changes, obviously. This is the Saturday. We had the game on the Wednesday for the Champions League. So Zanetti will go in goal. It's Enoch, Martin, Simpson, and Monahan as the back four. It's McQuaid and Picasso in midfield. We need to figure out a way to get him involved. He's too good just to be sitting around. So we're going to give him a game in midfield. Hodel, Napoleon, and McKay. McDade goes up top, of course, for the league. He has 2 and 2. Oh no, he has 2 and 3, doesn't he? No, yeah, 2 and 3. He needs to pick up his goal scoring rate. Okay, so we can see the team sheet. Seth Keach, still their captain all these years later. And there's no one else there that used to be us. Patrick Fitzpatrick, the best name in Northern Irish football, surely. What do we want to say to this? You should be winning this one comfortably. You've played well. You keep the run going. All right, let's show me what you can do to keep the run going. Picasso's looking nervous. Not ideal, especially for a midfielder. And here we go at, is it Inver Park, isn't it? We've given them some beatings here. We've taken some beatings here as well, if we're honest, but they were the early days. Let's hope we're handing out a beating today. Enoch with a header away, already on a booking, which isn't ideal. But I tell you what, if we can come here with what is essentially a second string side and beat them, then that's going to say a lot, isn't it? Ball looking for Hodel. Larne have made a lot of bids for Hodel. There's a ball through for Kennan, and Zanetti makes the save. Yeah, they've made a lot of bids for Hodel. If they were to get to 1 million, I'd definitely be selling him. I think they've got, with add-ons, up to about 600 grand. If it wasn't for the... Oh dear. Seth Keach, of all people, has scored against us. His first of the season. And that's not really what we wanted, is it? Yeah, especially from a set piece. Is it Martin that's lost the header or Enoch? I wonder if I haven't quite got all the marking assignments fixed up properly for the rotated side. But anyway, it's happened now. Let's see if we can get ourselves back in this game. Napoleon. Oh, he should have got to that, shouldn't he? McKay is there. Can he win it back for us? He gets a foot in. But still, Larne have it. There's a loose pass. Napoleon gets that one. McDade and McKay are with him. He goes wide to McKay. Can we get the cross into the box? Hodal's at the back post. He goes himself. And, I mean, a lot of this is the team that played against Carrick Rangers. And there was a lot of non-finishing, shall we say, in that game. But that's not the issue we're getting here because we're looking nervous, we're looking apprehensive, and we've only had that one shot on goal. Napoleon putting decent pressure on again. Picasso can't win the header, but it falls to McKay. Napoleon's in front of him. McKay is rapid. He's a Northern Ireland international as well. And he has been called into the most recent squad, along with McDade, Armstrong, and Lewis as well. Oh, McDade didn't hit it first time. Picasso doesn't hit it cleanly enough. And we'll have a corner late in the first half here. But signs of life from us, which is good. Napoleon to take. Decent. Simpson's there, but he can't win it. McDade will retrieve from the back post. Ball forward. Napoleon. Oh, he has a go, and it's blocked away again. Do we maybe just need a little bit more patience, I wonder? I was very concerned about a complacent performance from us. And I think we can safely say we're getting that. Let's give him another berating. Picasso in midfield, I'm going to go on a limb and say that's not working. We might have to take him off at half-time. He's not really match sharp either, which maybe isn't helping his cause. McKay, ball in. McDade is there. McDade doesn't miss. It's a third goal for him this season, and in first half stoppage time, we've leveled up. And a 150th goal, I think that said, for Aaron McDade. Against his former club, of course. We took him basically for nothing off of Larne. And like I kept saying, he's never stopped scoring. Never stopped scoring since he put on a Welders shirt for the first time. And it's 1-1 at the break. Excellent stuff. That should settle us down a little bit. And if we can play properly in the second... We certainly came back into that, didn't we? If we can play properly in the second half, then it should be okay for us here. What do we want to say? Not happy with that, boys. Let's be honest. Not happy with that. You're capable, though. We'll pump our fists. We'll say you're capable. Now, who's on the bench? Miss Kelly or Armstrong? We don't want to be bringing Armstrong on yet. So that'll mean Miss Kelly coming in midfield for Picasso. Or do we give... he's apprehensive. Let's just get rid of him. He's had his 45 minutes. And we'll get the youngster Ian Miss Kelly on. He is the hot prospect at the club. So, we'll give him game time. Turpie, I'd like to give him game time here as well if we can. But with McDade chasing the goal-scoring record, it's not maybe going to work out unless we go two up top. I wonder if we give it a demand more. The half is ticking by. Nothing is happening. Let me think about this. Okay, so we are going to change the shape. The subs we're making, we're bringing Enoch and Hodel off. We're going to keep McKay on as a wing-back, just an attacking outlet there. And Turpie is going to come on to play up top because he's a good goal scorer for us. So we'll make those changes. We've got, 15 to play here. And let's see if the change of shape can work a charm for us. There's a lot of nervous players, especially in the defense, which isn't ideal. And club vice-captain Tommy Martin is amongst them. But it's looking as though second half just never happened, did it? So there we go. A disappointing, given recent results. 1-1 draw at Larne. We are still undefeated. We'll stay top of the table thanks to goal difference. But yeah, that wasn't really good enough today, boys. So in the end, we both drop points. Opens the door potentially for Glenavon to go top. Though they probably have to play Linfield, don't they? But there we go. Larne hold out for draw. I don't necessarily think it's a terrible result for us. It's obviously a little bit disappointing. It would have been nice to get the result. But away from home, second string out, we'll just about accept that, I think. But that'll do it for today, though, guys. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Let me know how you think we'll do in this group. I think if we're looking at it realistically, Ajax might be gettable for us. They're a 4-star reputation. Their key player is Alvaro, a defender. I mean, he's a very good defender by the looks of things and for what we can see, but maybe. But we'll give it our best shot, won't we? That's all for today, as I said. We'll be back next time. We'll come back to start the Champions League. So it'll be Manchester United. We're off to Old Trafford. And then we'll go off to Linfield as well, Windsor Park. And, well, a little bit like this episode. 2 very big games, but for very different reasons. And, well, going to Old Trafford, that'll be a big test. If we can leave there with our dignity, then that'll just about be a good thing, won't it? Take care.